So, welcome on this relaunch of what used to be known as the Sifu Sergio channel. From now on, this will be known as the Experience Wing Chun and Tai Chi channel. As many of you know, and if you don't know, you can find all those videos on this channel. Around 20 years ago, I traveled all over south of China and through Southeast Asia and conducted many interviews with different Wing Chun grandmasters from different lineages. After that, I did many technical videos and videos about specific topics concerning Wing Chun, mostly filmed out of my school in Hong Kong, where I lived for 16 years. And yeah, people just asked and kept asking when I will do more historical videos again, or more videos on other lineages, or if I could explain certain things. And yeah, after having thought about it for a while, here it is, the relaunch. So if you have not yet subscribe, and you will be notified by YouTube when a new video is uploaded. Okay? Now, one of the topics that I wanted to talk about here in this first video is very controversial. Okay. So that has to do with the late Grandmaster Yip Man. Now, around 1966, 1965 to 1966, the late Grandmaster Yip Man wrote a brief statement for the purpose of organizing the Wing Chun Fellowship Union. Okay? Now, he writes there about the history. Okay? Looks like this. This is his own handwriting. Writes about the history of Wing Chun and how it all fits together. And of course, there is many stories going around, right, about this particular person in Wing Chun history that supposedly taught the late Grandmaster Yip Man the highest level of Wing Chun, the concepts that were kept secret before that were passed on to him, transmitted to Grandmaster Yip Man by a particular person. This person is the son, or one of the sons, of the late Grandmaster Dr. Leung Bik. I've always maintained that that is just not true. One of the reasons, just one, and in my book, The History of Wing Chun and the 6 Core Elements, which is coming out soon in its 3rd edition. In my book, I go also more in depth into this topic. But why I don't believe that it was Leung Bik passing down anything to late Grandmaster Yip Man is, first of all, if we look at the timeline, there is an overlap of max 1 year that they were in Hong Kong at the same time. So that is already makes it highly unlikely, okay? Outside of that, I don't think Leung Bik was really so much into Wing Chun as people might like to believe. But that's another story. But what is important is that late Grandmaster Yip Man, in his essay, writes, later, Leung Jan taught his techniques to Chan Wasun. I learned Kung Fu with my Sihings, including Ung Siu Lo, Ung Chung So, Chan Yu Min, Lu Yu Jai, and others from my Sifu, Chan Wasun, many decades ago. Wing Chun was just passed down to us via our Kung Fu ancestors of the higher generations. A Chinese saying has it that one should be thankful to the source when drinking the water. Therefore, we should always remember and appreciate our roots, and this shared feeling will always keep our Kung Fu clansmen together. This is the reason why I'm thinking of organizing the Wing Chun Tong Fellowship Union. I hope that all my Wing Chun clansmen would support me in this. It is very important for us in the promotion of Chinese Kung Fu. So, in that particular statement, he clearly says, right, we must always think of the source of the water when we're drinking it. So we must be thankful, right, to the past generations. So if it is true that the most important person, allegedly, in Late Grandmaster Yip Man's Wing Chun development is Leung Bik, why doesn't he thank him? Why doesn't he mention him in his thesis here or essay on Wing Chun history? Why? Because clearly it was not Leung Bik that passed him down. Now, there is, like I said, many more reasons why he actually came up with the story of Leung Bik, learning from Leung Bik, and he did indeed say that, right, in his lifetime, but there's a reason for that. I'm personally very much convinced that actually Leung Bik stands more for, number one, what he learned from Yun Kei-san, the Yun Kei-san lineage. I will go into that in another video. And some of the stuff he picked up in the 50s when he was visiting Dai Ta Clan with his first students like Leung Sheung, Lok Yu, etc. So, yeah, according to my research, he did not learn from Leung Bik. Yeah, might shock some people that I'm saying it out like this, and many will totally not agree with it, but what I just read to you is just one example of many. And you know, if Late Grandmaster Yip Man really felt like that he always has to be thankful to the source of the waters, being so thankful to his teachers and giving credit to his teachers, he mentions a lot of them. But he does not mention Leung Bik. Obviously, he does also not mention Yun Kei-san. Yun Kei-san is still understandable that he doesn't mention it, because it's around from his generation. It was also a friend next to Yu Choi. Yip Man, Yun Kei-san, and Yu Choi were also named the three heroes of Wing Chun. But Leung Bik, he could have mentioned easily, because Leung Jan was his Siku. Yip Man, Chan Wasun, Leung Jan. So it would not have been a problem to mention a son of Leung Jan that he studied under. That is a little bit different with mentioning Yun Kei-san. So yeah, again, I believe Leung Bik is was like a synonym for what he learned from Yun Kei-san and in Dai Ta Clan. Okay? Yip Man, Late Grandmaster Yip Man, got influenced by, let's say, a lot of diverse sources. He was always busy with, let's say, developing his art. And in different time periods, he had a high interest in spreading his art, or less interest in spreading his art, to some periods where he had absolutely no interest in spreading his art, but he was forced to spread his art in order to survive. Yeah, there's many intricacies concerning the transmission of the late grandmaster Yip Man's Wing Chun. Okay, I hope this helps you a little bit and at least makes you understand how I see the story about Yip Man having received transmission from Leung Bik.